Skill-based matchmaking. Ah, listen, what can I say? We all hate skill-based matchmaking. It has been part of Call of Duty ever since Call of Duty 2007 for the original Modern Warfare. But let's face it, ever since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, skill matchmaking has been ramped up to a ridiculous level to the point where you go, oh my gosh, why am I even playing this game? It used to be fun and it is no longer fun. So in this video, I'm going to talk about skill-based matchmaking. What can we do to kind of address it to help you and lower your chances of dealing with skill-based matchmaking? And at the same time, at the very end of the video, I'm going to be talking about skill-based matchmaking and the upcoming Modern Warfare 3, and basically the reason why I will not be buying or playing MW3. So let's just jump into it. So right about now, skill-based matchmaking is the biggest topic and the biggest issue when it comes to Call of Duty, when it comes to Modern Warfare, especially with the Infinity Ward Call of Duty games. The skill-based matchmaking is outrageous. It's through the roof. The skill-based matchmaking is so bad that when you get into a lobby, if you're a player like me, and listen, I get it. I am one of those guys. I'm that annoying player. I'm that guy that when you see me, you get annoyed. I have herky-jerky movements. I move very quickly. I'm just a very tough opponent to play. But what really bothers me is that when I'm thrown into a lobby, or if you're thrown into a lobby, where if you're like an exceptionally well player or a decent player, the skill-based matchmaking system sets it up in a way where it goes, you've won a couple games in a row, you seem like a decent player, we're going to throw you in the next 3, 4, 5 games where it's going to be a team of guys who play just like you, if not better, and all 6 players on the opposing team are going to be very similar in nature to how you play, and then it's going to be you and one other guy on your team, and then 4 other players are pretty much the equivalent of bots. And just get prepared to get your heads handed to you. And that's what skill-based matchmaking is bringing to the table now, and it's just frustrating. It's annoying. I can't tell you how many times I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, and because of skill-based matchmaking, I wanted to fire my controller down to the ground and shatter it into a million pieces because of skill-based matchmaking. But I never did it because, let's face it, I'm not trying to go buy another controller. So to be fair and to be honest, I am currently still playing Call of Duty games, but I am not playing any of the more recent Call of Duty games. I have not played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 version at all. Honestly, I've been still playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. To me, that is the closest thing to an old school OG version COD. Listen, is Black Ops Cold War perfect? No, by no stretch or means of the imagination is Black Ops Cold War perfect. But I like it. It's a game where it's fun, it's free flowing. Unlike Infinity Ward's Call of Duty, there's no doors, there's no loud footsteps, so on and so forth. But there is one problem with Black Ops Cold War that's even more evident now than it was prior. And I think it's because there are not as many players playing Black Ops Cold War as before, is the fact that the skill-based matchmaking is even more ridiculous in Cold War. It's to the point where I can feel, and see the skill-based matchmaking as I'm playing the game. Like, you shouldn't be playing a COD game and you know there's some skill-based matchmaking going on. Either that you're in a game where you're doing so well that it's ridiculous and you're like, this is just too easy. And then there are other games where you're playing so bad, you're like, this is ridiculous. I am not that bad of a player. I am not that crappy of a player. And if you just look at stats right here, if you look at stats right here, these are my more recent Cold War gameplays. And some of the skill-based matchmaking was so ridiculous. I had to screenshot the kill death ratio in comparison to my team and the opposing team. And yes, there were games where I had a really good game and my score was extremely high, but so was everyone else on my team. And then in the opposing team, everyone's score was really low. No way should a team deathmatch game where the opposing team, everyone is in the positive with their KD, and then the opposing team, everyone is negative in their KD. That is skill based matchmaking, and vice versa. I've had games where I did horrible or not as bad. And again, for the team that I was on where we lost, everyone on my team had very low or negative KDs, including myself, or the opposing team had the vice versa effect. And with the skill based matchmaking, you can really see take it play because if you notice, usually on the winning team, usually everyone has a high KD, and maybe the one bottom player has a negative KD. And that's like the one guy who's like a bot player, has no idea what he's doing. They throw him into a lobby so he can have a little bit more fun, be on a GI Joe A team kind of group. And then when you're on the team where you suck, usually it's the top two guys have a decent KD and they do well, and then everyone else on your team just blows. They suck, and that's skill-based matchmaking. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's not fun. That's not entertaining. I feel the Vegas effect. I feel the slot machine working against me. And listen, guys like Blame Truth have said it. Guys like Thunder have said it. Nero. It's a manipulated system to try to keep you engaged and keep you playing. But for me, I do not like skill-based matchmaking. It is one of the worst inventions that Activision ever created, and it is just horrible. And I have not played the MW3 beta, but based on all the other YouTubers and what they're saying the skill-based matchmaking is through the roof, and it is horrible. They put you in this horrible cycle of having three really good games, and then they take you back and they say you just had too much fun with your games. It's time for you to take your turn and suck, and now we're going to put you in 3 or 4 really bad games. And like I said, for me, for all the years that I have played Call of Duty, listen, whether skill-based matchmaking was evident or not, if it was high, it was low, I never felt it. I never felt that I was being manipulated in any way. I just felt like, oh, that was a good game, that was a bad game, that was a so-so game. But with games like something as old as Cold War, 3-year-old game, I see how bad the skill-based matchmaking is now. It is just ridiculous. It is through the roof. And if it's that bad on Cold War, I can only imagine on MW3. So now, let's talk about what can you do to somewhat help your skill-based matchmaking. So in my research through the web and watching other influencers and YouTubers, one of the ways you can help reduce skill-based matchmaking is basically getting a VPN. VPNs are virtual private networks that they secure your connections, they increase your internet speeds, and they make your connections much more stable, and it just reduces your lag time. VPNs are really also good for the most part. What it seems like is that they are good at lowering SBMMs, skill-based matchmaking. It gets you into more, whenever you use a VPN, it seems that they get you into more casual lobbies instead of the super sweaty lobbies. They increase ping, and they allow it for a wider region, a wider range, and you can even go out of your local neighborhood and you can go into other regions and other countries. Here are a list of some VPNs you could just take a look at. You know, some are more expensive than others. Your best bet is just shop around, and it depends on the type of gamer you are, what you want to look into. But it looks like VPNs are basically the way to go to help deal with skill-based matchmaking. Listen, basically, I put it to you like this. I am not going to buy the new Modern Warfare 3. I've played that game before when it came out as the original Modern Warfare 2 in 2009. And basically, they're going to be releasing old maps that I've played before, and it's going to feel really nice to play those old maps, but the nostalgia is going to wear off. And basically, because of skill-based matchmaking, I'm just not going to buy the new MW3 for the reasons of skill-based matchmaking. It's not. So yeah, guys, skill-based matchmaking, that's pretty much it. That's the main reason where Modern Warfare 3 just won't be for me. And that's all I can basically say. So we're just looking forward to X Defiant and see where we could go from there, where they'll have ranked play and casual play. But that's a video for another time. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed what you like seeing, please subscribe.